weekly dose of politics,
snark, and heavy metal music.
All rise, motherfuckers.
for your hosts, Brandon
And Matt.
I belong.
Performer hasn't been provided with a script. As a matter of fact, I have been permitted to choose my own words and discuss my own ideas regarding the choice that we face in the next few weeks. I have spent most of my life as a Democrat. I recently have seen fit to follow another course.
The defense policy of the United States is based on a simple premise. The United States does not start fights. We will never be an aggressor.
As for the peace that we would preserve, I wonder who among us would like to approach the wife or mother whose husband or son has died in South Vietnam and ask them if they think this is a peace that should be maintained indefinitely. There can be no real peace while one American is dying someplace in the world for the rest of us. We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the Founding Fathers.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I must protect and preserve freedom here, or it will not be passed on to our children, and it will disappear everywhere in the world.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. Regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. They knew that governments don't control things. A government can't control the economy without controlling people. And they know when a government sets out to do that, it must use force and coercion to achieve its purpose.
We, the people. We, the people, tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We, the people, are the driver. The government is the car. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we, the people, tell the government what it is allowed to do.
This administration in Washington has betrayed the working men and women of this country.
I hope we have once again reminded people that man is not free unless government is limited. There's a clear cause and effect here that is as neat and predictable as a law of physics. As government expands, liberty contracts.
A recession is when your neighbor loses his job. A depression is when you lose yours. And recovery is when President of the United States loses his.
Someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. The martyrs of history were not fools. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the machine. I am Brandon.
And I am the great Matt.
And this guy doesn't get a microphone because he forgot to put it in front of his face. No, I ain't even got you turned on.
Oh, turn me on, baby. Come on.
You're late to the party. Usually we block people off for being late.
Well, shit.
Dude, seriously, we just got a warning. That's why I made him walk over here and look. I've never seen it before. I went to go post a link for the show, and I took a screenshot. I took a picture of it. No joke. This is what. Hold on a second. I gotta open up my phone here. No shit. He can verify that this just happened. Additional reporting on this. Before you share this content, you might want to know there's additional reporting from VoxCheck. In other words, Vox, the website, which is garbage. VoxCheck, Tayet, and Knack. Pages and websites are repeatedly publish or share false news will see their overall distribution reduced and restricted in other ways. And then it says fact check. It's all in Russian. Another fact check, all in Russian. Another fact check in Russian.
Yeah, it's amazing how they got to put the fact checks. Is it just me or do I sound hot as shit? Oh, I'm sexy. No, I mean, loud.
You are loud.
Yeah, I'm really loud.
Are you?
I am.
What about now?
Try that.
You can't even hear me.
That's the whole point. How's that?
See how he is? That's better.
Yeah, that microphone. Well, it's a different microphone too.
Right. I mean, it's
the other one.
Yep. I mean,
yes,
technically it's the better mic.
Christina, I took a screenshot of it. I might actually post it again and then actually do a control print screen, just so I can isolate that and post it.
There's a button on there that says print screen.
So were you posting to social media? Is that what that popped up on?
Yep. Yeah. See, look,
Yeah,
there it
come
did
up
it again. Print screen.
I don't know where it saves it to, but it's there.
It says save to OneDrive. I don't want to save it to OneDrive. I don't have OneDrive.
Yeah, me neither.
No thanks.
Well, it's got to be on there though.
No, what I'll do is I'll do the traditional. I'll get into Paint, post it in Paint, and yeah. So you guys talk amongst yourselves while I do this because we got to keep this. This is good shit.
So, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Sweet.
Hasn't been too bad of a week.
Right.
How's your job been?
Good. Yeah, I made a stink pickle today. It was glorious. It smelled like shit.
I'm willing to bet it probably tasted like shit too.
I didn't taste it. I'm not brave enough for that. And this thing is like cutting in and out. This is weird.
Stop touching it. Stop touching it. You'll go blind.
So maybe that's not a microphone issue with this one. Remember how the microphone issue was, and see, there it is. Remember how the microphone issue was this one didn't want to work? Maybe that wasn't a microphone issue. Maybe that's a something else issue.
Maybe.
I'm going to do something. Mute this.
No.
Now, mister.
I'm going to plug it in the 4.
You're muted.
Huh. He's going to plug it in.
Well, first I'm going to unplug it, then I'm going to plug it in a little bit.
Well, as you're taking your time, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Better than the guy. Yes, I can, you fucking piece of shit. I can save it to there because that's where it goes. Ava's violating the board, just so you know. So now you're in 4?
Yes.
No, you're not. No, no, you're not. Talk.
Yeah, you are.
You are not.
Hello. Oh, well, that's why. I know why.
Okay, testicle difficulties.
Did you put it in the wrong hole?
No, I put it in the right hole.
Apparently not. You done.
I did.
You done fucked up. Hey, hurry up! You're fucking up the show. We got a show to do. People actually. I mean, people actually come to listen to us talk, and we can't talk because you keep fucking things up. I know.
That's what she said.
She touched my peppy, Stephen. Take your time.
Now it's on.
Are you sure? Well, then go over there. So I got to test it. So see, the number's already dropping. Get the fuck over there.
Fuck your couch. Actually. Don't turn me on yet.
But why not?
Why not?
Because
Touch things.
I want to hook this mic back up. Don't hook me up. Am I hooked up yet? Am I on?
Did you watch those videos? Ted Cruz is awesome. Yes, Ted Cruz is awesome. But no, I have not watched it because, well, we were already doing what we were supposed to be doing, which is setting up the show. So
Don't
no,
let him lie
that would
to
be for
you.
later.
We were all playing with ourselves. See.
Hey, what did I say before? It's my soap, my dick, and I'll wash it any way I want to. May we start the show, sir?
Almost. Well, yeah, you can start the show anytime you have to.
Well, right now everybody's watching you finger fuck a microphone. I mean, that's basically their highlight of their day right now. So, Matt.
Can we nom the microphones?
Yeah. All right, are you ready yet?
All right. How about now? You need to turn me up a little bit. Oh shit! What the hell?
Stop fucking with things.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of audio and stuff tonight, but I will post.
yeah?
By the way, guys, I will post that photo of the warning on the machine. So if you have the Machine Radio Show Facebook, you'll be able to see it.
Slide me up a little bit.
Dude, you're fucking up higher than we are already.
Well, yeah, but I'm turned down now. There. All right, better. I guess.
I can hear you a lot better now.
Well, that's good. See,
But yeah,
I told you it would work.
like I said, we got several audio bites we're gonna get through. Anything from immigration to the current Gazan issue. So we got a few things we're gonna get to, but Matt coughed again. So what's the week been like for you guys? I mean, we don't. We usually at least tell them what we've been doing and stuff, and we didn't do that.
My week hasn't really been much of anything.
Mine neither.
I mean, Saturday I'm going to go to Starved Rock.
Are you going to feed it while you're there?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think
It's
you
bullshit.
should.
I
It would.
mean,
It would probably appreciate that,
If he, yeah, they'd probably stop calling it Starved Rock if he'd actually give us some food.
right? That's like Lost Bridge. You'd think they'd find that son of a bitch, you know?
Well, we did find it. We walked across it once.
Yeah, but they never changed the name, and they just like, dude, it's Found Bridge now. I found it. It's right fucking there.
There's a lot of things we have questions about, to be honest with you. Anyhow.
Is there a North Fork River?
Yes.
Really?
I don't think it's in Illinois, but yes.
Learn something new.
Right?
It's going to be a long night.
I know what you're talking about, sir.
Sit here with Dumb and Dumber. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Which
You
one's
doing good?
dumb and which one's dumber? I'll take the dumber.
Okay, not that we haven't played some of these clips before, but like I said, we're going to be talking about illegal immigration. In other words, people who came here illegally and aren't supposed to be here. We got a couple audio bites from that, but one of them, again, is from Chicago. Because
My favorite
Chicago
town in the world.
Yep, Chicago is having enough. They are fucking done. They said they're done with this stuff. They've angered everybody. So here we go.
So I'm not just talking to Brandon Johnson right now. I'm talking to Governor Pritzker, and I'm talking to President Biden. That as we run into this upcoming political year, where the Democratic Party is on the menu, hear me, people of Chicago
I don't want to eat that.
and of the United States. It is time for...
Yeah, let's talk about that before we even let her talk. She said they are on the menu.
I don't want to eat that.
I can only imagine what that might be. So let's take guesses. What combination of stuff would I'm thinking pralines and smegma cheese mixed with fucking anchovies. I'm pretty sure that's probably what it would taste like. And by the way, this is poured over blue waffle.
You should never look that up.
But I'm pretty sure that's what a Democrat would taste like at this point, especially progressive in the state of Illinois.
And they shove it all in a pink sock, right?
The meat pocket.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, come on, let's take guesses. I mean, I made my guess. Next. What horrific combination of food would possibly be the progressive Democrat if they were on the menu?
I don't think I could top what you just said. I mean, that's just that gave me, I think I got PTSD from that. That was horrible. I think I might feel offended.
Hey, you guys are involved in this too. So you guys can take guesses too. I mean, mine, like I said, is praline, smegma cheese, and
Salted offal.
and anchovies poured over blue waffle.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Angie said salted awful.
That too.
Yeah.
Come on, we got to have some guesses here. Let's go.
I got nothing. That just made my mind go.
I can't be the only sick fuck in this room.
Well, you're definitely not. Not even a little bit.
How about that? I don't remember what it was called. That fish. You know, because I said I want
Surströmming, yeah.
So, like
Surströmming.
aged a few years.
Dude, I told everybody, hey, I said, as soon as I figure out how on our chat here to actually put the icon where you can donate to the show, because we can't monetize, but we can do that. We can do that thing and have them donate to the show. Once I figured that out, if we raise enough money, by the way, it has to be the price of the can too. Just pay attention. We'll get that can and Matt will open it and eat it because I'm not going to have nothing to do with it.
Please don't.
We're gonna open it in the studio.
In the studio.
No, this can't. No, if that's it can't be in studio. All right, there's a camera. It's perfectly good out there. It goes outside. I know. I've asked it. It does. Not in studio.
So what he said was in studio, we're going to do this. And
No.
Yeah, he'll get a phone call. Hey, guess what I'm eating?
it's like, no, he's just going to walk in the house like, yeah.
Not in studio. No.
Well, we'll do it like Gallagher, motherfucker. We'll put plastic everywhere.
I don't think that's going to help with the smell. I mean, he's going to puke.
So, yeah, that's why Biden keeps smelling kids. He's conducting a poll. Yeah, he really likes that. Delusion and disappointment, yes, if that was a flavor.
Yeah, he likes to conduct his poll, doesn't he?
Yeah, I have a few more guesses, but mine still stands. You guys have got to come up with one.
I got nothing. I got nope. No.
You're
instant
about
hit.
as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop.
Depends on who you're giving the cock flavored lollipop to, though. I mean, just saying.
Yeah, but you are a truck driver, but I think you do the reverse lot lizard. I think you're selling yourself instead of buying.
I'm broke, man. I need the money. $20 is $20.
It just gets me a little bit down the road.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I just got to get to the next truck stop. I mean,
Well, that's why there's glory holes. Only he's. Yeah.
insert quarter here. Who am I kidding? Insert penny here. Dude, it was rough when I was up in Canada. They ain't got pennies no more.
Really?
Yeah, how the fuck does that work out? I try to figure that out myself.
They average it, and it works out.
That's
They just did away with the penny.
Yeah.
yes, they're getting that lazy.
They took it out of circulation a long time ago.
Yeah, but you know why they're actually doing that, and it's not, like I said, because they're lazy. Because people were failing to be able to. It was actually written about that one of the reasons why they did it is because people couldn't count money. I don't think that's the whole thing, obviously.
No,
but,
I mean the same reason why we're about. You know, if it wasn't for Illinois, we wouldn't have the penny either. And we've wanted to get rid of the penny for a while because
purple
the penny
hair guy,
costs
government cheese.
the penny costs more expensive
To
make.
reproduce.
Yeah, so I mean they've been wanting to get rid of the penny for a while. I wish they would do what Canada did and get rid of the dollar bill.
That's even a worse idea.
Why?
How am I
Because that means everything's going to be more expensive. If it says
They have loonies.
you cannot
and
get things for
toonies.
$1 anymore. Toonies and loonies?
No loonies and toonies.
Toonies and loonies.
Loonies and Toonies. You've watched Looney Tunes, which is
It's
what I thought
Toonies
that
and
thing
Loonies.
was. But no, they have Loonies and Toonies.
I was
A
just-
$1 and a $2 coin.
I was going to say, how am I supposed to get anything out of the fucking vending machine?
They take dollar coins.
He's not following. Okay. All right, let's move right along. We're supposed to be listening to this audio. So let's listen to
press
this
play,
audio.
man.
Is it painted on the side? That'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Angie brought up a good point.
She did bring up a really good
Fuck,
point.
get rid of the dollar. What are we supposed to give to strippers?
I give them quarters.
I've seen a few that said that they were strippers that I would just throw change at, yes. Anyhow, let's keep going.
Us as black people to stop voting party.
Come on.
It is time for us to stop voting color.
Yes.
It is time for us to start voting our self-interest.
Yes.
And if the Democrats refuses to listen to us, then it is time for us to start looking at other alternatives.
We need to shut down this sanctuary city policy. We need the southern border to be secured.
We will not step aside and continue to be mistreated. We will not continue to be disrespected.
It does not make sense that Ukraine's border is being protected from Russia by America, but our border is wide open to any and everyone that wants to cross it.
Like your
People who
legs.
are coming here from another country, giving work visas, giving social security cards. Nobody is asking them what walk of life that they come from. I'm not saying that they don't deserve those opportunities, but what I am saying is we deserve them first.
You know, I don't understand why. And this is kind of goes along to the same thing as like, you know, with Jews in America. You know, why don't they vote their interest? You'd think that they'd wake up to that and they would have done it a long freaking time ago. Just saying.
That's what I was going to say is like, why is it taking it so long
Yeah, I mean,
for them to wake up?
their cities are run like
Right.
crap. It's been controlled from top to bottom for like 50 years in most
Yeah,
cities.
but-
and they still ain't woke up to the fact.
Yeah, but the crazed people will call that woman everything but her name. They will call. I mean, I didn't even know there was an Aunt Tom, but now there's an Aunt Tom. They'll
Really?
they'll call her every name in the book Yes, that they call that's what they're saying now. Is since there's an Uncle Tom, there has to be an aunt. So that's what they're saying now.
I mean, you know what the male equivalent of a Karen is, don't you?
Yes.
It's a Brandon.
But here's the thing. They're saying all this stuff. All these people, they're like, well, you shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be, speaking your mind. You should vote Democrat because they're the only ones that care for you and everything else like that. It's been the exact opposite. The Democrats, since the beginning of the United States, has been exactly against, not for. So it's just now, clicking in some people.
And that's the scary part.
Depends on the person, Christina. She says, where do you swipe the card?
I think Ho-Ho's getting ready to reply to that.
I'm trying to. My pewter is okay.
Well, do they have a square that...
Square reader.
Put a square reader in the panooch?
Just insert here.
Hey, you just tap.
Well, yeah, you got...
But they got to make... But see, here,
you got the tappy tap on the left butt cheek. You can insert here in the front, or you can swipey swipe. So, I mean, there's three options.
Yeah, but the problem is with the swipey swipe thing, I mean, wouldn't you want to make sure it sticks out just a little bit so you don't get the swipe? You don't get...
you swipey swipe in the rear, you insert in the front, and the tappy tap is on the forehead when they're, It's almost like I've given thought to that, doesn't it? That was...
I'm just saying, I mean, credit cards have sharp edges. I mean,
they do.
Okay, moving right along.
What the hell?
The audience is like, well, we know what they talk about in their spare time.
Oh, it gets worse. Trust me.
I can't even look at the fucking screen now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How dare you?
Anyhow, back to what we were saying. But see, it's all by design. This whole thing is by design. Why do you think, especially in the state of Illinois, where the Democrats reign in Chicago, the progressives do and have for quite some time? Why do you think that this is going the way it is? Because they want it to go this way. Mm-hmm. One of the other audio bites that we have will actually get into that.
Sick and funny. She ain't kidding.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Bad people. But before we get into the next audio bite, let's take a break.
Okay.
Because I got to pee.
Well, that's there was a thought in my head.
No, we're already past this. We already figured out that if the square reader is too close, they're going to get a slice in the slice. We're not going to go back into this, okay?
It's an extra slot.
Is that the same as?
I was thinking more along the lines of it was going to elongate the slot or yeah, no.
Is that the same as fourth hole? I mean,
what the hell?
Who? Did you
All right.
forget to mute your phone?
Yep.
Did I mute my
phone?
phone?
All right, we're going to take a break.
Oh, you got to answer that on air, man. You know how this works.
Oh.
Hey, you got to mute me.
What you listening to? The Machine Radio Show.
What did you say?
I didn't stutter. I said
The Machine Radio Show.
You just blew my mind.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the show.
Okay, next time remind me you're on number 4 because I just tried to mute number 3, so it didn't work.
Hey, don't forget, I'm on number 4.
Quattro. Fia.
Hey, that's Quattro. Yeah. Shut up. Dude, I can't figure out the order without going through all the way in the months either.
Dude. I'm sorry.
And you know what really throws me off?
What?
It's September, October, November, and December really screwed me up.
Why is that?
Well, because September is 7, October is 8, November is 9, and December is 10. Like, that's legit. They are numbers.
Yeah.
Why isn't it in the correct number slot? December, which is the number 10, is in the 12 slot. That makes no sense to me. October is the, octagon, octopus, duck, ock, and yet it's the 10th month in our calendar. Makes no sense. These are the things I think about whenever I'm awake at night and I should be sleeping, It's, did I poop today? And, why is December 12? That makes no sense. These are the things that I think about. Do penguins have knees? And for the record, yes, they do. They have knees.
You looked that up, didn't you?
I did. I had to know, man. It was keeping me up at night. And once I looked it up, I was still awake. It didn't help any. I was mad. Like 2 days, I had that question on my mind. It sucked. And yes, there's something wrong with me.
All right. So let's get back to what we were supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, don't we have a clip that you're supposed to be playing?
Yeah, it's a 3 minute and 25 second long
we should get into
exchange
that.
between Josh Hawley and Pants Tits.
Pants Tits.
Is that Nadler?
Yes.
Okay.
Naughty Nadler.
Pants Tits.
He's got his pants pulled up that far.
There's a reason why we call him Pants Tits, because he literally wears them bitches around his titties.
And he's either sleeping, because he does that a lot.
What's more disturbing is he knows, and he pulls up on him, and it splits the.
Yeah, it's like, what side do you dress down? Both of them. I got one testicle that goes this way, and one testicle goes that way.
Splits the boys.
That makes my willy hurt.
That was close to Grandpa's voice right there. I mean, that, say, I got a piece of candy, or ask me if I want some candy. Yeah, do that. You want a piece of candy?
You want a piece of candy?
Don't you like popsicles? Come back here, you fat son of a bitch. Yes, unfortunately, I do it very well. I was doing it on the phone one day to a telemarketer, and I think it scarred him for life. Anyhow, let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing. We should probably start playing this fucking clip, huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's late. It's almost 10 o'clock. I don't know. I think we've been at this for about 10 hours, and it's been a long day. We had a 22-vote series. Not complaining, just explaining why we're all a little bit haggard. But I tell you what, it's the issue that's really got us worn out. And I just genuinely wanted to ask a question of my colleagues here, because both of you are here in good faith, and I respect you as individuals. And I wanted to ask you a question, what my constituents asked me. Could the Democrats in charge, and certainly Democrats here with jurisdiction over the border, could they really be in favor of an open border? And I'm asking you honestly and in good faith. Can I ask, Mr. Chairman, you're from New York. Thanks to New York City's council, beginning January 9th, 2023, more than 800,000 non-citizens will be eligible to vote in municipal elections in New York. Do you agree with that policy?
No, non-citizens will not be eligible to vote in New York. They never have been. Well, they were in the 19th century eligible to vote in New York.
Well, no, this is a recent action. It was just passed in December.
No, that is not correct. Non-citizens have not been eligible to vote in New York, or as far as I know, in any other state since the 19th century.
That's not true. The New York City Council voted in December to allow this. It begins January 9, 2023. Cities in Vermont and Maryland already allow this, and similar measures are under consideration in Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts right now.
If the gentleman will yield?
Yes.
I believe those are considerations of allowing votes in municipal elections only.
Right, but thank you. That's the point. Everybody wants to know at home, why would they allow this? Guys, they're allowing it because they're going to turn them into voters. They already are doing this in New York City, largest city in America, and this is the plan of our friends on this side to turn all the illegals into voters. That's it, folks. That's what's going on. That's the game. That's why the border's open. That's why they've dropped it. Look, I respect Ms. Lothbrand and all her work in this arena. Yes, I'll yield, Mr. Chairman. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
As a New Yorker, I would love to think that New York is the entire country, but it is not. It is not, and consideration is being given to permitting non-citizens to vote in New York, and I believe in the capital city of Vermont. I forget which that is. But as much as I'd like to believe it, New York and Vermont are not the entire country.
But, Mr. Chairman, that's the whole point. This is what's going on, folks, at home. If you're trying to figure this out, if you're scratching your heads, you're seeing the video, you see droves of people, 2.4 million people coming over the border illegally, the president allowing, the Democrats in charge of Congress are allowing it. The deal is they're going to turn them into voters. You just heard it. They don't have any problem with that. They celebrate it. Here's the deal. We have a problem with it. The Constitution has a problem with it. American elections should be decided by American citizens.
Exactly.
That's it.
Amen.
That's what this is about. That's why we're jumping up and down and screaming, my friends on the video who are commenting about this. That's why we're so upset, because our constituents are frightened that we are losing our country. We're losing our security, we're losing our sovereignty, because we're going to allow people from 160 different countries around the world to come in here and decide our elections. That's it. Here it is on record. You all heard it. I'm out of time. I yield back.
So what do we think about that?
Complete and utter bullshit. You know, they want to tout and they want to claim how they've had, like, Russian collusion and foreign interference and whatnot. Well, what the fuck is that?
Precisely.
I mean, that's exactly what that is. I mean, we are letting people of foreign nations come over here and input and have input on elections.
The only country in the world that does so.
Yes.
The only country in the world that doesn't have a voter ID.
Yes.
But remember what I said before, and we talked about this in depth. Licenses for illegals, Motor Voter Registration Act. What do those two have in common? Aside from vehicles. They were done in series on purpose. If you give a license to an illegal, they're automatically registered to vote in the state of Illinois.
I'll give you one more. They were done by bureaucrats.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't done by elected people who were, who were, to us. That we couldn't elect out of I might have had a stroke.
Oh my God.
English, do you speak it? Apparently not. No, not at all. Crap. I'm sorry. And not only that, another thing that I have issue with, and this correlates the same. You remember several years back when we had a bunch of illegals that were up on the square going, yada, yada, blah, blah. It's like, wait, you have no constitutional right to peaceably or otherwise protest. You have no freedom of speech. You have no freedom of this, freedom of that, freedom of the other. You ain't got any of that. You're an illegal. The Constitution doesn't protect you. Granted, you have human rights, sure. Treat somebody with decency and respect, okay. But that's not the same as having the freedom of speech granted by the Constitution. You're an illegal alien. That doesn't apply to you. Sorry. Go back home.
Christina you want to read her comment? You got it?
Nope. Neither one of us have it.
The one that says in honor of Nancy Pelosi?
Nope.
Oh.
The amount of seats a state gets in the House is based on the census, and the illegals count on the census.
Yeah, and that's not. I don't like that either. That ticks me off. Well, their reasoning was basically a verbiage loophole. Well, the census counts people; it doesn't count citizens. One of them legal loopholes. But again, I would argue it's like, yes, but the Constitution applies to citizens, not illegals. Therefore, illegals, not citizens. Yes.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Or at the border, or wherever.
But this is exactly the shit that we're talking about, though. They think that they're pulling the wool over eyes. That's not what's happening at all. Then you got, and it's not just New York. He was wrong.
Yeah,
it's California too. California just said that they can vote in school board elections. They can hold elected office in school boards. And then they said, well, you know what? Now they can do municipalities too.
Dude, in Illinois, J.B. Pritzker decreed that they can become police officers.
Yes, I know.
So people whom have illegally come across the border can enforce the law on the citizens of Illinois.
Even though they
broke the law to get here.
Oh, no, they said it was just the ones that come with the paperwork and stuff like that. No, because according to what it says, it also says work visas, and it says anybody can become
with all the loopholes that they threw in there. Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter. They don't care. And it kind of goes along the same lines as, our legal system now does more to protect criminals than what it does the non-criminal. Our legal system does more to protect illegal aliens than what it does actual citizens. What the hell does citizenship mean anymore in America? That's what I want to know. Oh, the only thing you can't do is become president if you're, not a natural born citizen. I'm waiting for that to go by the wayside. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already.
Right. But this, the illegal immigration thing plays into exactly what we're going to be talking about later, which is, what's going on in Israel too. Believe it or not, it does have a tie into that. There's a reason for that.
Yes, it does.
But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Because we know for certain that this is against the Constitution. We know it's illegal, and they're doing it with impunity. They're doing it anyway. They don't care. They've proven over and over again that Democrats do not give a shit about the Constitution, and I'm so they don't care about anything. But the problem is the people that vote for them really believe that they do. They really believe that they're caring about they're caring about minority communities. They're caring about the community and stuff like that. No, they're using you motherfuckers for votes. They don't give a shit about you guys.
Yeah.
But in the same turn, they were told by these people, well, it's the Republicans or anybody else that's not a Democrat. Well, they're just hate-filled people and they want everybody dead.
That's like,
I'm like, wait a minute, you're supporting Hamas, but we want everybody dead?
Yeah. That's like, with at the border. I mean, if they actually cared about the illegals, they'd lock the border down. sex trafficking, child trafficking, 88,000+ children has flat disappeared. And it's like, don't they care? No, because their agenda, they don't care. They have an agenda. They don't care.
Christina, you're talking about one of my favorite patsies, him and that bitch that's on his show with him, the Young Turks.
Oh,
that's who she's referring to. That guy's one of the biggest fucking morons I've ever seen in the history of being on national, on anything. I mean, him and that Anna Kasparian. She's got to be the ditziest bitch I've ever seen. She makes AOC look like a Rhodes Scholar, and that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot. Is your chat broken too?
Yeah, I've not had the last.
Did you refresh?
Yes, I did. I just refreshed, and the last thing I have on my screen is me going lol after Angie put smiley faces sideways.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there it goes. I got something.
Yep, I got the same thing.
Matt. Yeah, I did.
Oh, Matt. Yeah, read that. Well, I'm asking the wrong person. Blindy over here can't read. You read it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You
I didn't. I forgot my
glasses.
glasses.
All right. So Matt put in here, not this one, that one. It's the same. No matter where you live. Yeah, where you live. Apparently, I can't read either.
Say you need some glasses too.
With the government's letting the public down, and far too many wanting a home for nothing, with the amount of
illegals.
Yes. Oh yeah, I mean, you look at what they're doing for illegals. I mean, they have flat kicked American citizens, veterans, out of housing in favor for the illegal alien. Are you fucking kidding me? This is how we're, not only this is how we're going to treat our veterans, but they're going to do that instead of, and with all the housing, whenever we have homeless and homeless veterans, and they're going to just, put them in, $500 a night hotels and boot American citizens out of them and just give it to them for free.
By the way, the reason why our, and I'm going to say it this way, the reason why our veterans are they're revered, they're so much appreciated, is because not only did they fight, but they fought willingly.
Yeah.
It's a volunteer army. It's a volunteer military. And I know somebody's going to be like, well, you've had the dress. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and women want equality. Draft. No, fuck that. I want equality. I want the pay. I just don't want the responsibility.
Well, Hawley already said that, JT. He said that the country is failing. He said that the sovereignty is failing, and it's at the hands of the Democrats, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But if you listen, like I said, if you listen to their constituents or the ones that that truly believe in them, they would say that the Republicans are the devil. That they're so evil that they want to eradicate. And I've heard this. They want to eradicate the trans community off the planet. They want to do this. They want to do that. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on. Which group of people right now is saying we're pro Hamas? Which people right now are actually telling people to wear Stars of David? So they know who they are. It's like history repeating itself.
It's not the Republicans. We don't care. We don't care at all. And I love it how they're like, "Oh, I'm pro Palestine," and I'm like, "Really? You're pro everything that they did when they invaded Israel?"
They're just misunderstood, and because they've been occupied and invaded for so long. That's what they say.
Occupied, no. Invaded, no.
They weren't even conquered.
Yeah,
they didn't exist.
Exactly.
We're going to get into that. We got audio for that.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, we'll get into that.
Do they not know history? No, they don't.
No,
and they willingly don't know history. And that's the thing about it that ticks me off. Yeah,
they know pseudo history.
They willingly remain ignorant. And that I classify as stupid. Willful ignorance is the same as stupid. There's a difference between ignorance and stupidity.
Ignorance can be cured with knowledge.
Yes. That's all ignorance is not knowing something. Stupidity is knowing and yet choosing to do something different.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
When they know it don't work. Yeah. That was a very fitting spot for that. That was very good.
Matt says, I think the UK government and the taxpayer pays 8 to 9 million quid per day on hotels just for the illegals. Yeah, that makes sense. The only thing is I can't believe I'm going to say this because of the German history, but Germany's taking another approach. Anybody that's spotted at a pro-Hamas rally is getting booted the fuck out of the country. They're snatching them fuckers up and throwing them across the border.
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly support that.
Yep.
I mean, hey, at least they're not doing what they did last time.
Yeah, let's not get into that. But they are because they're telling people to mark their houses with the Stars of David again. Only for good reasons this time. I'm German. I'm not fucking saying a word.
Hey, I'm German too, man.
Christina says going to have to draft a woman or we'll have a whole country peppered with Leah Thomases. Well, that's exactly the loophole. If you tuck it back and say you're a woman, suddenly that you don't have to go. But I guarantee that's what they're going to do is if you draft a woman, there's going to be a trans loophole. Well, they don't want to go, but just not a short years ago. They said, well, we're not allowed to serve because we're trans. Like, no, you're not allowed to serve if you transition. They said, well, the military's against trans, Trump's against trans. Like, no, that's not what it was. Talking about the people that transition, because in a battlefield, we're not going to be carrying your transition meds with us. Yep. We're not going to be carrying testosterone and estrogen.
Yep,
and shit like that.
It was being dependent upon medication. That was the only reason why they weren't allowed. Because on the battlefield, you can't be, and you can serve everywhere else. It's not like you wasn't able to serve. You just couldn't serve on the battlefield. That was the only thing.
You could also throw in there, along with being dependent on medication, is not mentally fit.
Yeah, because they never did take that out as far as it's still classified as a mental illness. They never changed that.
No.
Because it is.
It is a mental illness.
You can't say that. Mm-hmm.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, I think. And that was a segue into our break.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What song you playing?
Because the song's called Watch the World Burn.
Watch the World Burn.
Oh, wow.
We're back.
Sweet. Hey, mute 4.
Yeah. I got voices in my head again, tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battled depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past the point of no return, fuck being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah. I actually battle my demons and shallows, and women the deep and the creep in the shallows. I'm lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes to the cost. Yeah. They're licking the jar, they're fixing to rip me apart. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm lifting the bar, I'm lifting the end of the stars. I like I shot up a adrenaline, mixed with some redolence. Started a battle, but bitch, I'm gonna finish it. Think you can stop me, not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Taking my words when you pick it apart. Tripping on nothing, just get in the car. Ripping and ripping and sticking the mark. I'm tipping that charge. I got enemies trying to get rid of me. Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally. I got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy, you were not a friend of me. Cause I have been to places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post, with some fun like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me, too many enemies whipping my imagery. You know my history, it ain't a mystery. Put every enemy out of their misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. I'm about to go dark, I'm about to go dizzy. Into the darkness, into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up. You listening? Stacking every little pretty penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding. When I die, I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see it simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb, and if I'm wrong, it's my on. I'm killing syllables to the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical supervillain. I'm venomous and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us solo. No tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, so I'm crawling. Tightrope walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come and save us. Pain and sorrow left us solo. Here today, but gone tomorrow. The pain inside is the fuel that drives this flesh and bone through blood-red skies. The death-defying, hypnotizing. One day you're gonna figure out that everything they thought you was a lie. Watch the world burn.
Hey lefties, liberals and progressives, this is not a safe space. I repeat, this is not a safe space.
If you are one of those squishies who are easily offended, put on your safety pins, pussy hats, and leave this radio station. Or you can free yourself and get educated.
Well, hell yeah! I tried to twist him up, but he wouldn't have it. Hell no. This old boy's wild. We about to have to keep this one.
You are listening to the Machine Radio Show with your hosts, Brandon
and Matt.
Talking about a bunch of hobos with fingers in each other's pooper in a stranger's car with talk radio playing really loud. It's going to be a nice evening.
Okay, shit just got real weird. I think I'm going to need a safe space.
What the? Are those friends of yours, Matt?
Oh, hell no.
Are you sure?
Oh, shut your dumpster and start the show already.
Well, all right, pissy pants. Let's do everything you want to do. Oh, you remembered.
I did good.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself.
He had all this shit ready to go.
Well,
What happened there?
All right. Well, we should get back into this.
okay.
First, we have an Arab gentleman that lives in Israel. Actually, we got two clips from two different ones.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the whole Israel thing, like we said we were going to do. And let's just talk about how the colleges here in the United States, who, by the way, are making Jewish students locking them into rooms and for their own protection, they're being attacked constantly and incessantly. But that's not terrorism. That's not.
Yeah.
Israel is 3,000 years old, 75 years young. And this is not coming from a Jew, but from a proud Muslim. The prophets of God whom I believe in were Israelites. A significant number of these prophets disseminated their teachings in the land of Canaan, a land which Joshua bin Nun later renamed Israel. And then King David proclaimed Jerusalem as the nation's capital. Yes, Mia, it wasn't Donald J. Trump, it was King David. Even Jesus of Nazareth, Mia, called the land Israel in the Gospel of Matthew. The Roman Emperor Hadrian expelled Jews from Israel, erasing the name Judea. He supplanted it with the Roman Latin term Syria Palestina, which evolved into Palestine. Similarly, the city of Shechem was changed to Neapolis or Nablus, which means in Roman Latin, new city or new place. The Jewish people, dear Mia, are not foreign colonialists in the land of Israel. I wish you'd inform your audience that Israelis and Palestinians ought to coexist peacefully, and that peace is the only way, not marring history or disseminating falsehoods.
He's not wrong. Everybody forgets about the Emperor Hadrian. They forget, like I said, we went through this last week. Did I not walk all over this?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys say about what he said there?
Yeah, I mean they don't acknowledge history. They make it up. And the sad thing is, you can't give them pushback for this, because then they call you names, because that's the only thing they got. When they can't prove their point, the only thing they can do is revert to name calling like they're freaking 4 years old. I'm Jeffrey. I thought you was I'm Jeffrey.
Oh, we'll get into building the wall part in a little bit, JT.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it's frustrating. It's like, dude, read a freaking history book. What the heck? What's so hard about that?
Yeah, but when you tell people that they have to actually do proper research, and I'm not talking, oh, look at the first Google page that pops up, this is what I want to believe. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, right.
That's the reason why I have historian status, because I do branch out.
When I was younger, they had these things called
books.
Well, I was going to say encyclopedias. That had a lot of information in it, and we had one. We had a full set of whatever the heck it was. I don't remember. It wasn't the Britannica. Honestly, I don't remember what our encyclopedias were. But yeah, we had encyclopedias. I used them. I opened them up, and what was cool is you can just, let's read about something in this letter. Hey, let's learn about this today. It was discovery. It was actually kind of awesome. Mm-hmm. And you learn truth. You learned about things that were actually true instead of things that were made up and then propagated by mainstream media because they like the lies.
Right, but they don't know about the borders there. They don't know about thousands of years ago how the Muslims came in and kicked the Jewish people out of Judea.
Right.
And even to this day, the concessions that the Israelis have done, them evil, what do they call? Oh, the Zionists. Yes, the Zionists.
Yeah, that's the term.
Yeah, the evil Zionists have more concessions and do more things for people in the Middle East, most specifically people who live in Israel and Palestine, than anybody else on earth. But they're evil, and they should be eradicated from the planet because they just simply want to exist on their own land, nonetheless, because it's proven through antiquity and even right as of now. You can walk into Israel or even in Palestine, and all the ancient stuff in there has been there for 2,000-3,000 years. They have the mark of Judea on them. It's confusing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, but they don't want to pay attention to that. We can't acknowledge that. It belongs to Palestine.
No, but you know what? Another Arabic gentleman from Israel had this exchange with a college student who, by the way, was sitting at a booth that said "Free Palestine" with the flag behind her, and she goes, "Would you like, dude? It was like fucking Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more?" I'm serious. It was on the sign. But here we go.
Can I be straight honest with you? I'm actually an Arab who live in Israel.
Yeah.
And I don't know what people are telling you or not telling you. I don't know if any of those people who are in that club even speaks Arabic, like me as an Arab. There are problems. I will never say that there isn't a problem.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest with you. This is a brainwash. Wallahi, it's a brainwash. I can vote, I can get elected. I become the president of Israel if I want right now to nominate myself. Whether I win or not, that's not different. I don't have a different bus system. I don't have different judge system. In fact, an Arab judge in Israel, Supreme Court judge, sent to prison a Jewish prime minister and Jewish president. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to check the name. Salim Jubran. In an apartheid that cannot happen. I have freedom of movement. I came to New Zealand with my Israeli passport as an Arab. No one can stop me. And by the way, it doesn't mean that racism does not exist or discrimination. But you want to tell me that also in New Zealand, racism and discrimination does not exist? Unfortunately, it exists everywhere. What about Hamas?
Yeah, no, that's wow. I mean, it's rough.
It's like, look, Hamas controls the Gaza. Israel does not control Gaza.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So Israel does not have even 1 inch. Hamas has a border with Egypt, and Egypt closed that border as well. So why an Arab state closed the border with an Arab Gaza? Because of terrorism. Helping us is not lying more about this or promoting the brainwashed of this. I don't live under apartheid regime. The Palestinians, they have problems which we need to resolve. But the obstacle is not actually Israel. The obstacle right now is terrorist organization from Gaza and the corrupted Palestinian Authority. I hope I managed to pass something. And also, maybe I did not change your mind, but maybe made you ask more tough questions to the people who made you join this club.
Fact of the matter is, people have more rights in Israel than what they do in the Gaza Strip. Israel is multicultural, multiple religions, multiple faiths, including Muslims. They are accepted. They have rights. You can be gay in Israel. March in a parade. You can be openly gay. Don't do that in Gaza.
Yeah, do me a favor. All you out there that are holding your signs that says Free Palestine and stuff like that, gays for Palestine, queers for Palestine, go to Palestine.
Yeah, you would be lucky if they gave you a Red Bull before they throw you off the roof in Gaza.
Yeah, they would take you to new heights. They would show you the city from which you would never believe it, and then they would throw your ass off the fucking building.
Let's see if Red Bull does give him wings. Let's see if his cape works. Yeah. Go to Gaza. Go ahead. Please do. Be a woman, drive a car without a headscarf, or to go march in the street with your little cute little sign. See how far that gets you. Being out by yourself, not wearing a headscarf, and driving a car. Yeah, no, you'll be dead. You know, they have this thing called...
after they get
killings and whatever it's called. Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, after they get done running a train on you and your friends, they're just going to kill all of you anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd be lucky if the first part of that stage is killing you, because the things they're going to do to you and your body. You don't want to be alive for that.
Nope. But go for you. I mean. Like I said, I said this before. Stop the fucking world. I want off. The reason why I want off is, I mean, because this, we talked about the University of Madison, Wisconsin multiple times so far, especially last week, about the Israel Hamas thing going on. Jared, I don't know if I told you about this. I mean, we talked about it on the show, but I don't know if you heard it. This is how bad the University of Madison has gotten. They had them remove a rock because it's racist.
Wait, what?
They had them remove a giant rock because it's racist. They said because an obscure newspaper that wasn't even an official newspaper, it was more like a flyer handout type thing, printed and gave it a derogatory name over 100 years ago, that it's racist and the rock represents white supremacy and racism, so they had to remove the rock.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes, and right now these are the ones that are standing in the middle of the street screaming at people as they walk by, at Jewish people, telling them Jews go home, and telling them free Palestine, fuck Israel, everybody should be dead. You know, this is happening here in the University of Madison, Wisconsin.
Sorry, it was a scroll thing, so I thought if I put the mouse sideways and then scroll it, it would scroll that way. That didn't work.
Yeah, this is but this is the state of the country. This is the state of higher learning of colleges, period. UC Berkeley used to be the biggest shithole on the planet. Now it's fucking Madison.
Well, and which one
Madison
was
has
it that
actually
was,
outdone them.
I think it was Berkeley that was, the home of, the freedom of speech movement and, those rights and,
And they were the first ones to make sure that people couldn't speak on their campus?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. They want to be, the freedom of speech. We are very accepting of other points of view, unless you're conservative, unless you're Christian or Jewish. And then they want, nothing.
Yes, Sherman. I talked about it quite a bit. I talked about also about Hans Christian Heg and the Lady Forward.
Right.
Because remember when they were in there, we're going to riot and tear down things. The students from University of Madison, Wisconsin, tore down the Lady Forward and the statue of Hans Christian Heg. Matt knows who Hans Christian Heg is. He was a very important figure.
I remember the name. That's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Well, the Lady Forward was done by a female, by the way, lesbian artist, way back in the day before you could actually come out and say that.
So before it was cool.
Yes. And her studio had burned down, and the Madison, Wisconsin said, we want to buy your statue in honor and put it out there in honor of your work. So they did. These dumb fucks tore it down. Hans Christian Heg was a part of the Norse battalion in Wisconsin that fought during the Civil War. He gave his life in the Civil War on the side of the Union. They tore his statue down. But like I said, this is the state of our education system. Now instead of a place of higher learning to where you can spend a lot of money bettering yourself to become a business professional of some sort or do well at your job. Now it's all for activism and stupidity. I think we should just start shutting down colleges and call it a day.
Right. And that's like with some of these colleges getting grants and whatnot from the government. It's like, and which one is it? I think it was Harvard. It's like the money that they pull in from people that have graduated that college will run that college for a very good number of years, and they still get government grants and charge an outrageous price for your education, and you don't have the quality anymore. They're lowering their standards, they're lowering everything else, and it's like, Harvard used to mean something. It doesn't anymore.
Literally most of the classes that are being offered in colleges nowadays have no bearing on the real world and have no bearing in modern society.
Yeah. They're junk, they're junk degrees, junk scholarships, or, junk degrees. And it's like, how are you going, thousands upon thousands of dollars in debt that, if the Democrat Party had their way, they would make taxpayers pay for it. And you're the dumbass that chose to go to college for gender studies. And the only place that is even a relevant degree to get is if you're teaching that class on a college campus. How many teachers do they need for that class? Not that many. But yet they're going to let you spend $100,000 in order to get it, but they won't give somebody like you or me a $10,000 grant to open up a business.
No, I'm telling anymore. I'm telling people don't send your kids to college. Send them to a trade school.
Yes,
because at least then they'll actually make money and do something productive. Don't send them to college. If you have kids that are still in school, take them the fuck out of school and homeschool them.
Dude, I seen a ticker talker the other day, and it was one of them things where the teacher was giving a student a hard time for not paying attention or whatnot, and he was like, you're so stupid. The only job you're going to be able to get is being a garbage collector. And then like the guy was like, well, that would be fine because a garbage collector makes more money than you do.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely right though. Trade schools, that's an education that means something. And you will always have work.
Well, and I'm not saying that that I didn't go to college. I went to college. I took college classes, mostly vocational.
Right.
And
I remember
actually
going to it.
and believe it or not, actually for my own amusement, because I already knew what I was doing before I went there. I just went there, sat outside, and
You basically
drank coffee.
you basically did that so that this way you can get your certification. Because at the time, that was like the only way to get your certification. That's the only reason why you took the class.
Yep, I sat outside on the picnic table, and did any number of things that was not the class I was in.
Wasn't
the teacher
you
would
basically
actually
teaching the teacher?
Yes, and then the teacher would actually walk outside and be like, "Hey, it's time to take your test." And I'd go inside, make a couple passes, and walk back out. I was done, But vocational school is a good thing. But I mean, I took other classes. There's a lot of people don't know that I did actually take college classes.
Mm-hmm.
I was at one time I wanted to get my bachelor's and stuff like that, and then decided it was a waste of fucking money. Now, if I take any classes, it's again going to be for my own amusement and to say that I was there and have my classes for certain things. Like I wish I would have finished my criminal psychology, but I would like to, like Hillsdale College.
Right.
If you don't know what Hillsdale College is, they got a whole bunch of free college classes that you can take on the Constitution and history and everything else like that. I'd like to get those just so I can hang them on my wall. And of course, well, that's a free college. It doesn't matter if it's free college. I learned it. I earned it. It's on my wall.
It's the quality of education. And it ain't the dollar amount you paid for it. It's the quality of education.
Right.
And there's a difference between going to Harvard, where it's an institute not of higher learning, but of higher indoctrination. I mean, it says something whenever we have people that come here from North Korea and go, man, you guys as colleges do a better job at indoctrination than what they do in Korea. Mm-hmm. That says something to me.
Yep.
And that legit has happened. Fucking idiots.
People need to pull their heads out of their ass. They need to wake up. I'm sorry. It just happens. And that's a segue into our break again.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because the song is called Wake Up.
Wake Up?
Yeah.
Wake up! Wake up!
You, sir, are not one of my vassals. Who are you?
I am the machine.
What?
I'm the machine!
Okay.
You are listening to The Machine Radio Show.
Not your daddy's conservative talk radio.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm the machine! Fuck that bitch. This Tonight you party with us, yes?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, skate.
Too many buttons to push, too many buttons to push, too many buttons to push. But we're back, and we still got some more audio to go through, actually. It's not very often that I play Ben Shapiro, even though I do appreciate the man in a way. He's not dumb at all. But he's talking about Israel as well, and of course, he is a man of Jewish faith. He's a descendant of Jewish faith, yes. He's Jewish. Just saying.
Wait, are you sure he's Jewish?
It's possible. I mean, he does.
He does wear the.
Yeah, but see, that's also the shape of my bald spot, so I could wear one too.
I think you should actually. Get a yarmulke. That's what it's called, right? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay. My Israeli and Jewish friends out there, this is just a joke. How do they get it to stay? Because if you don't have any hair, it's going to slide around everywhere. Is it a lick it and stick it thing?
It's got a suction cup on it.
I just wondered.
Yeah, they rubberized the inside where this way. Yeah, if you got the bald spot, it just, it's kind of like a plunger. It'll stick.
I wondered. I had to know.
What the fuck?
Yes, my friends, that was a joke.
That is a legitimate question, though. Jokes aside.
Like I said, is it a lick it and stick it?
It might be.
I don't know. What if one of them did Velcro? All right, let's just.
What the fuck?
We're just gonna.
What is she talking about? What in the world is she talking about? Fighting
the Bible
war with.
Does not say anything about Israel because Israel was created in 1948 when the British and the United Nations decided to fight a war with Palestine.
What the f is she talking about? What in the world is she talking?
Whoa, wait a second. Did he just say fuck?
Yes. It's so bad. It's bad when Ben Shapiro starts dropping F-bomb. He's like, fuck this.
I just gained new respect for him. He said fuck.
Yeah, this is good.
About fight a war with Palestine? In what sense? This is such pseudo-history. These people are morons. They're morons. British mandate was in place until 1947. The Balfour Declaration declared a Jewish state on both sides of the Jordan. That would be Israel and what is today Jordan. And then, over subsequent years, the British then whittled that down. They cut off all of Jordan and handed it to the Arabs. They then cut off most of the land of Israel and handed it to the Arabs. Israel and the Jews accepted every one of those deals. Jews accepted every one of those deals. The Arabs rejected every one of those deals. What the hell is she? And then she's suggesting that the United States and the Brits fought a war against the Arabs here? The British, during the 1930s, restricted Jewish immigration into British Mandate Palestine at the behest of the Arabs, leaving millions of Jews to die in Europe. It was so bad that the Jews in Israel had to smuggle Jews in boats, trying to evade the British in order to get Jews away from the Holocaust that was happening in Europe. The Jews were forbidden from actually importing either guns or ammunition into British Mandate Palestine, necessitating the creation of underground bullet factories in the state of Israel in order so they could even defend themselves. When the British Mandate ended, the British summarily turned over many of the key strategic locations and weapons to the Arabs. Again, these people don't know history. They don't even pretend to know history. They Google something on Wikipedia and then promptly fail to even interpret it properly.
Now, how can you argue with that?
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right on that. Absolutely right.
Because that's what we mentioned earlier with pseudo-history, things that people don't know. And the sad thing is things that people don't want to know. That's the sad part. Well, and
it's willful ignorance.
And I've constantly and incessantly said this over and over again. people's attention spans can be measured in nanoseconds. It's usually, 5 to 15 minutes is the best that they can do. So what they do is they find these obscure publications or these YouTube videos that these, like I said, obscure publications that have no merit, no balance on anything. And they say, well, I've watched the 5 minutes of it, so now I'm a scholar of it.
You give them way too much credit.
Yeah. TikTok has changed that.
Yes.
People's attention span is at most 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the response is, well, this guy from TikTok, he told me what to believe, and this is fact.
Right. And here I feel bad and try to keep my video short to about 2 to 3 minutes because, like I said, people's attention span's just not there. Hey, Jeff. But yeah, I keep saying that over and over and over again. They pick out the first thing on the Google page, or they type in exactly what they want it to say. They don't type in Israel Palestinian relations. Okay, they don't type in that. They say is Israel evil, or they'll say they'll be like Israel kills Palestinians. They will do that. And then the first thing that pops up is like fucking Al Jazeera or some shit. And they're like, oh yeah, that's right. See, they're right. That's exactly what's happening. One guy, and believe it or not, it was on TikTok, but his video was actually fairly long. Cause you can go up to 10 minutes now. And he ran that shit out. He was showing the footage that even came from the Palestinian side, from the Hamas side.
Oh yeah. They were very proud of it. They posted all that stuff.
Yeah, but no, listen, this was actually pro-Israeli. Get this. Hamas was saying, oh, see what they're doing. They're blowing this up, blowing this up, blowing that up. And the guy's like, look at where the explosions are. They're underneath the buildings. The buildings themselves are not being injured. He's like, it's because they're blowing up the tunnels that Hamas is hiding the fucking ammunition in. And he went through it, and one of them was, and then he cut, and it was an IDF soldier that was walking through after they did the kaboom. And you can see shell casings and stuff everywhere, and mortars and rocket tubes and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, they're hiding. And guess where they were at? They were underneath of a hospital. They were underneath of schools.
Mm-hmm.
Hamas admits that they put the rockets in schoolyards and places like that, and places of worship, because they know the Israelis won't fire on them. And now they're shocked when this happens.
Yeah.
But like we said, it all comes down to understanding history, knowing history, and researching history in a proper way. I'm not saying that Google is not useful. I'm saying I'm willing to bet that the first 10 pages you look at are probably not going to be very good ones.
Yeah. They keep the truth buried.
That's why I recommend DuckDuckGo.
Mm-hmm, that's what I use.
Well, remember back in the day, it used to be WebFerret. WebFerret was the king of all, because when you looked up WebFerret, I said back in the day, if you looked on Yahoo would bring up the pages that Yahoo knows.
Mm-hmm.
WebFerret would be like, okay, here's the pages from everywhere, from every fucking thing that that exists on the internet. Here they are. And like we said, open up a book. I mean, I had a guy literally tell me that it was he was arguing with me about some history stuff, and he goes, "That's a weird flex, you showing me pictures of books and news or in papers," and then proceeded to send me Google and Rumble pages. I was like, so it's a weird flex to have an actual physical library and to have stacks of paperwork from around the world, including from Russia, which I can't get now because, well, they won't open up the archives to Americans anymore. But to have these stacks of paper and to have them translated and everything else like that, that's a weird flex for him. But the obscure publications that I exactly made fun of him for are great.
That makes perfect sense.
And we talked about this last week, Matt. You remember what I said? I even showed you my phone. if you get on somebody's page and they're constantly, and I mean just flooding their page within minutes with multiple video links or publication links and stuff like that, they're not reading them. They're reading the headline, and the headline suits what they believe, so therefore that they post it.
It cracks me up. When you're reading articles and whatnot from, mainstream media, they bury the truth down at the bottom of the article.
Yeah, it's 3/4 opinion, 1/4 truth.
And the truth doesn't support the opinion that they just gave you. I mean, there was an article a while back ago that, if you didn't get the vaccine, then you were more likely to get into a car accident. It's like, well, wait a second. Yeah. Well, and here was their reasoning, and you had to read down to the bottom of the article to find out what was going on. You see, they hypothesized that if you didn't get the vaccine, then you wouldn't be socially, that you cared less about society and would adhere to societal rules, which would mean that you would break laws and stuff like that would put you at a higher risk for getting into an accident, even though, and they acknowledged this in the article, they had zero statistics and facts to support their hypothesis. But yet that was the headline they went with. The unvaccinated are more likely to get into an accident than the vaccinated. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I know. I remember we started picking those apart. It was funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's, and I'm not, I've said this 1,000 times too. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm not saying that I know, but I do know a lot, and it's because of the culmination of many, many years and many, many hours of research. It's not, like I said, these people that post, 5, 10, 20 links at a time, they're not paying attention to this. And every one of them is just what they it's, they're set in their minds that this is the way it works. I even challenged one. It's like, one of them was a link that I seen and I made fun of. I tore it apart. It was actually from the Young Turks. And I asked him, I said, did you watch that? Did you watch that? Well, yeah. I was like, okay, tell me about it. Mind you, I just watched it 20 minutes before they sent it. And they would say a few things. I'm like, no. I was like, you just read the headline. It's like, what'd they say in there? It's like, so you believe what they said? Well, yeah, I believe what they said. It's okay. Tell me about it. And they would, again, almost, verbatim read the headline. I'm like, no, I didn't ask about the headline. So what's in the video? Stuff like that. They don't do it. They just don't care.
What's funny sometimes is a lot of times those headlines, the article has nothing to do with that headline.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you look at a headline and it says one thing, and then the article will say something completely different, or just, like what you say, have absolutely nothing to do with the actual headline. Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is clickbait. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it amounts to.
What's funny is the smart people are actually figuring this out, and they're writing these headlines, that people in the opposition would believe, and then they post them, and they didn't, because they never read them, and then people are reading them. They're going, "Do you know this is against everything that you said?" No, look at the headline.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
Yeah, but did you read it?
Jeff says, "I know a former Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine." In Beirut in '83, he told me the Marine guards at the gate of the barracks had no ammo in the MGs by order of the State Department. I wouldn't be surprised, because that happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
Brong. What are you doing?
Third time's the charm. I figured I'd do it again.
Well, it had to be. It's not an even number though. That's an odd number. It's an odd number. You got to do it again.
It's making you
No, it can't. It can't be even. I'm odd like that.
No. It's
Thank
got
you.
to be even. It's got to be even. It's got to be even.
Nope, I'm odd like
Make
that.
it even.
I can't.
Make it even.
It's closed now.
Make it even.
I can't.
He closed it out.
Yeah, like it's gone. I can't.
How dare you?
No, there's a sound bite for that, you know.
Yes, I know. I'm the one that made it.
How dare you?
There you go. Thank you.
By the way, you know who name is Bergen Bum. That name, the Bergen Bum. That's Al.
Yeah. That's Al.
That's
Hi, Al.
That's Fidel.
That's Hi, Al.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, I ain't got that open yet. I've been having pewter issues. Ooh, that was a good one. Nope.
There you go.
Much better.
Thank you.
Make Daddy proud.
Almost sounded real. You guys are lucky because the last time I did it, it was tragic. So
You had Taco Bell too. I mean, it was just whew.
dude,
Boy, howdy.
my diet's completely fucked up anyway.
I hear that. There's certain things that I can't eat or drink when I'm out on the road.
I quite literally eat ghost pepper and garlic and constantly with just about everything.
Yeah, but your body is used to that crap. If I were to try that, it would no.
No, we'll set you up. You got to work your way up.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay being a wuss. I'm fine
We'll
with
start
that.
you out with a little bit of cayenne. We'll work your way into habanero. We got orange habaneros and red habaneros, and maybe a few in between, and then we'll throw you into the ghost peppers and the Carolina Reapers and stuff,
How about no?
and the Trinidad Scorpions. And
So you're saying a lot of words that I'm shit. There we go.
I gotta make pee-pee. I don't even know if somebody had requested a song in there, but I don't even know if she's still here. I think she left us.
It's possible.
She said in honor of Nancy Pelosi getting subpoenaed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. See if it'll actually open up this time.
But I'll only play it if she's still here. That's the goal, Sherman, is to spread confusion. Yeah, Christina hasn't said anything in quite some time. I think she left us.
Yeah, she hasn't been on for a while.
Well, that means I don't have to play it. Get snow yet? No, you can.
Hush,
we don't
hush
want
your
it.
mouth.
We don't want it. How about Butcher Baby by the Plasmatics? I'd rather play just Butcher Babies. They actually got their name from that song.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna play this one, but we'll be right back as I got pee.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Hi.
Hey, he said he'd wait.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
But not for long.
Dang it. Well, see, why do you keep me muted?
Because you weren't ready.
Well, neither was he, and you unmuted him. Fuck boy.
That's because I know how to touch you. Too late, I already got that out.
There you go. Now, how does that feel? Motherfucker. Hey! Hi. How are you?
I'm beside myself with joy. I'm so happy there should be two of me. By the way, you do know that they've been having little meetings to teach you about the ban in the state of California, right? And nobody's going to them. They said there was room for 100 out of the millions of gun owners in the state, and
how
50
many
showed up.
50 showed up? Oh,
Mhm.
wow, yeah.
Yep. But it says Second Amendment supporters at the first state police hearing about the state's assault weapons ban have two words for it. It stinks. That's not what they said. They said, fuck you. One of the biggest issues is the firearm registry requirement, said State Representative Brad Hallbrook. He's a member of the Illinois Freedom Caucus, and he testified in Springfield on today, actually. He says hundreds of thousands of people will absolutely not comply. He's not wrong.
Nope.
He says it is up to the governor and the legislature to truly decide if they are prepared to declare war on law-abiding gun owners. One thing will be for certain, this we will defend, the right to bear arms should not be infringed. Another witness said he fled California because of its gun laws, only to have the same sort of laws enacted here, and he called bullshit. But like I said, 50 people showed up. After a month of registry, less than 1% of all firearms in the state have been registered. By the way, I don't even know how they know that number, because if they know that number, that means that they know how many of them there are.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this in the past, that they know. Here in Illinois, you register your stuff. They get that information. The federal government gets that information. The state has that information. They know all that crap.
Yeah.
Why do I have to re-register a weapon that's already registered? Why do I need to do that? I never understood that in the first place.
Not only that, we already talked about and broke down the entire bill and the vagueness of it, vagueness thereof. In fact, I made fun of the bill quite well and a lot because of the stupid shit that they had in there, like the large capacity magazines, or the what's the purpose of a handguard, or what's the purpose of the collapsible stock and stuff like that. I broke the entire bill down, and I was laughing the entire time because of how stupid it was. I mean, according to this bill, Mr. Ho-Ho, they said that the collapsible stock, which by the way moves a fucking total of a little under 3 inches, it doesn't move very far. The collapsible stock only goes forward and backward. It's to adjust your cheek weld if you have short arms, for people like me.
Yeah, I have short arms. That's why I really like the collapsible,
But you know what they said that was for?
I'm a T-Rex.
So you can conceal it. So can you draw me an illustration as to how a guy who's 5'6" tall is going to shove a 16-inch barrel down his pants with the collapsible stock and be able to brandish it?
Dude, the only way...
Hey, Vespertine, good to see you.
And you stuck it right down your trousers.
What was that movie where the gal had the shotgun attached to her
awesome
leg?
Sherman, I see that.
Wasn't that the same movie that had who's his face with the machine or the chainsaw hand? Wasn't that the same thing?
How are you confusing Evil Dead and Army of Darkness?
Oh, that was two different shows? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
No, Evil and Dead and Army of Darkness are a series, but they have nothing to do with the other one that you're talking about.
The shotgun that was
strapped
the
to her
prosthetic leg?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It was prosthetic leg.
Yes, but you're talking about Evil Dead and Army of Darkness with the chainsaw hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you realize how long it's been since I've seen those?
Holy shit.
A long time. Dude.
Bruce Campbell would be punching you in the fucking nuts right now for fucking up his movies. Who does this?
Apparently me. Apparently this guy.
The deadly bayonet lug and flash hider laws are still with us. Yeah, we got that too. By the way, he says Pritzker needs to be voted out. We lived that crap in New Jersey too. Well, it keeps coming. But they actually wonder why. They're honestly confused. The governor is pretending like he's confused. Like, well, I don't understand why people aren't registering. I don't understand why they're destroying stuff that they bought 20 years ago because it's legal. And by the way, even the Supreme Court says in fair use.
I don't understand.
You know, in normal use. So that's what it is.
I don't understand.
Common use, sorry.
What part of that of shall not be infringed don't these people understand?
Oh, but just remember they say, you know, a well-regulated militia. They said, well, you guys aren't militia, and you're not well-regulated means that they can produce laws. I'm like, no, actually, well-regulated means well-equipped, well-armed, in working order, as per the Oxford Dictionary.
The difference between the militia and the standing army is who pays for your shit. That's the difference. If it's government provided, that's army. If it's provided by you, as in you bring your own shit, that's militia. And in order to have a militia, the people have to be well armed. They have to have, you know, there was a regulated weapon and caliber, and there was a regulated amount of powder and shots that you had to have. I mean, they control, you know, they were like, you have to have this much, you have to have this much. And the reason why they did that is they did not want the militia to be a burden onto the army. They didn't want it to where the government had to provide for the militia, because then it wouldn't be the militia anymore. That's why they put that in there. But so, I mean, even that argument doesn't hold water. You're talking about people that doesn't even know what a militia is. Oh, the National Guard's the militia. No, it isn't. Sorry, it's not. You're wrong. Try again.
Yeah, they got no idea. They really don't.
Freaking clueless. It just, you know. And the sad thing is, you know, these people honestly think, you know, I mean, dude, you take any, and I'm not even going to say, you know, any mass killings, you know, mass shooter events. I'm not even going to go
they
back.
keep moving the goalposts on those. So
well, right, and you're right. You know, kind of like murder and how guns is the number one for violence. You know, or number one killer of children. No.
Yeah, it's
because you know if you include people whom are gang age, then okay, yes. But if you're not including that, well then no. But you know, it's like what law that is already on the books. Or what magical law can you write that would have stopped what happened? Because every single time that there's been a shooting, it's been a criminal that had a gun, or it was a gun that they wasn't supposed to have. They acquired it illegally. So it's like, this was a criminal that already broke the law. What law are you going to write that tells them that they're supposed to follow the law?
Since they want to play with the gray area, remember it's legal to own cannons.
Yes, it is.
A 155 howitzer is a cannon.
Yep.
I should be able to own that.
Mm-hmm. You know, and not to mention...
That'd make range day really fun, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Yep.
You know, and it's also the aspect of, you know, you're not going to write a law that would have stopped it. They already broke the law, so they already don't care. And most of the time, the problem isn't the law. It's the enforcement. They're not enforcing it the way they're supposed to. That's what it amounts to. If they would actually enforce the law, You know, they have these red flag things, but yet, you know, the people that shouldn't actually have them because they have issues, you know, throwing up the warning flags, like the last guy that shot up whatever the hell it was, you know, they don't care. Let's let that person have a mass shooting, but, you know, the patriot that's over here that's willing to stand up and die for his country, we're going to go to his house, you know, the Republican, the patriot, we're going to go to his house and, you know, break his door down and arrest them. But the guy that's having mental issues that, you know, has already threatened it a couple times, now we'll let him keep his gun. That's fine.
Right.
It's like, what the hell? Sorry, my bad. I'm done. You should look at me in that tone of voice.
I'll punch you in the shirt.
Ow.
Catch and release is insanely stupid. It's not even catch and release here, Jeff. It's well, we can catch you in the act of the crime. We'll just give you a summons.
You know, the sad thing is, they don't even do that shit anymore. I mean, do you realize that how many crimes police no longer enforce? Because what's the point?
Dude, we didn't even know you were still here.
The DAs aren't going to enforce it. So they don't even arrest people that do things. It's kind of like, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, robbery is a crime. But you can go into a Macy's and you can take under 900 and what you would call it amount of stuff, and it's okay. Cops won't even show up. It's like, what's the point? I come by, I arrest him. He's lucky to get fingerprinted, and then he's right out the door, cashless bail. What's the point?
Yeah, and here's the thing is, you know that they have to be busted 3 times before they even arrest them now. And even when they arrest them, they just let them out an hour or so later.
Yeah.
It goes back to, like you said before, the enforcement of the law.
Mm-hmm.
If it was enforced, you know, oh, hey, you murdered this family. We got the evidence on the right? Sweet. Your public execution's tonight at 7.
And a good guy with a gun will get the book thrown at him and then some. You know, but yet an actual killer will walk free.
Free, yep.
You have a guy from the January 6th riots that got 22 years for not being there, didn't have any communication that even incited any type of violence or action whatsoever, and the prosecution even admitted in open court that he didn't do a damn thing, and he got 22 years thrown at him. But yet, you know, the riot that they had a while back ago where the people who were there actually called it an insurrection, nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. So wait,
you know, well, no, the most mind-boggling part of this whole thing is that people don't understand that, you know, like the left is like, well, they should, you know, raw January 6th, send them all down, you know, and you know, doing all this weird shit. I was like, you do realize that you guys are going to be next, right?
Yeah.
Do you think? I was like, you think right now because they're patting you on the back for fucking with us that they're not plotting on putting you in prison for no reason too? I was like, if it could happen to us, it could happen to you. That's how stupid these people are. They don't realize that it just, you know, they're cheering it on, and they don't understand that they're a fucking target too. The second you don't suck that government dick, you are now the target as well.
You know, and that's like, okay, let's think back. Let's go into the Wayback Machine. Let's get up to 88 miles an hour into our DeLorean. Let's make sure we get struck by a bolt of lightning and get 1.21 gigawatts worth of electricity. You know, let's go back in time a little bit. You know, not to mention the whole, if you want to know what's in it, you got to pass it. But let's talk about Obamacare. You know, there was a lot, they had a lot of support by various companies, people, individuals, and whatnot, because it was a multiple tier type of a thing. But whenever certain businesses found out that, oh, wait a second, you mean I'm going to get shit on like these other people? Now I'm unhappy with this. I changed my stance on it. Wait a second. Why are you changing your stance on it just because you're going to be subjected to the rules that you wanted me to be subjected by, and you wanted these small time mom and pop businesses to be subject to? Why are you all of a sudden against it now? What's good for the goose is good for the fucking gander.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is an argument for another day. We are actually out of time.
Holy shit.
Yep, we're out of time. It's legal to own cannons. It really is. I want my howitzer. Dude, the largest firearm you can actually own is a Bofors. It's a 20 millimeter cannon.
And I love the things like, what, do you want people to own tanks? Yes, I do. And you know, the ridiculous thing about that is, it's like, it's, okay, look, it's legal for me to own a Barrett 50 cal. Do I own one?
Not anymore.
No. Well, but it used to be. Before that law, it used to be. But here's the thing. Just because you make a tank legal for everybody to own doesn't mean that everybody's going to own one. You want to know why? Because they're freaking expensive. I ain't got a place to put it. You know, I mean, there's going to be factors that's going to keep you from owning it. Just because you make something legal doesn't mean that everybody's going to own it.
Right, which is the reason why I want my howitzer.
Yeah.
But if I could afford to own a howitzer, I mean, most of the time it'd just be sitting in the front yard with a bang sign hanging out the tube. You know?
Yeah.
Anyhow, all right, we are going to get out of here. I think we're done for the night. Well, I was going to play Nancy, but Josh, Christina's not here, so I can't play it.
She left on us.
She left on us.
She don't love us.
No,
That's horrible.
She gave up.
She should
on
be
us.
grounded.
She thinks we suck.
That was a hiccup. Sorry.
But anyhow, that being said, we are out of here for the night. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us once again. Like I keep saying every week, you know, tell your friends, tell 5 friends, tell those friends to tell 5 friends, like and subscribe, do all that jazz. Come hang out with us because you obviously know it's an interactive show. It's not a boring one. We like to talk to you guys. We're not like other shows where they just talk at you. We talk with you.
Mm-hmm.
But
we like to include people.
Yep. But we are
because y'all
out of
are
here.
awesome too.
Yep. Don't forget to set your clocks back this weekend.
Oh shit, that is, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, so it is. It's the weekend where you tuck your cocks back. Okay.
Can I rewind my clock back to 1985 or something?
Too early.
1990?
I was going to say about 97, 98.
Yeah, okay, I'll go along with that because I don't want to go through school again. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right,
I had
we're out
enough
of here,
that when I
guys.
was in school.
We'll see you.
See ya.
Don't need this all no more, 'cause we never even learn. We'll got just ignore till they set the fire burn. the night.